Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show, training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse, Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature zebu heifer Susie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow. We're going to ask Firecrest Easter Eve, just from the ground with a lunge line, to step on the balance beam from the side. And our objective, we don't know what's going to happen really, but our objective is to get her 2 front feet on the balance beam. But you see we have some extra wood just beyond it, so if she steps a little further, that's okay. She'll have some place to put her weight. We're asking her to step up. She investigated. Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. Now, sometimes small steps are harder than big steps. Can we get her to back up ever so slightly and step on the balance beam, which is pretty solidly on the ground here, on some sand, a little too far, but she's not showing stress. She's just not understanding yet what the request is. Let's try again, Rosie.
Can I try it with just the balance beam?
Yeah, sure.
I think if she sees it, she might be more willing to step on it.
Okay, Rosie wants to move the extra wood that we have there.
I don't think we have to worry about her getting stressed in the same way as Lotus, and this might help her understand
Okay.
where she's supposed to step, because it probably all looks about the same to her.
Okay, what our objective ultimately is to have Eve, who's one of Lotus's best friends, teach Lotus and give him confidence that stepping on this balance beam is no big deal. So we have to make sure that Eve will do it from both directions, from both the side and the front. So Rosie's asking her. Remember, horses don't see too well in front of them, a little bit too far. Can we get her to put her weight on that right front?
Yeah, like that. Let's back up and do it.
Back her up again, bring her up to it. It's just the misunderstanding. You can see in Eve's body language there's absolutely no stress about this request. Small step. We want a small step, not that big a step. How do we explain it to him? Good. We want her to put weight on that left front. See, it's a narrow, like an 8-inch balance beam. And it's
Good girl. Good girl, Eve.
challenging to make them understand. All you want them to do is put their 2 front feet on. Now, Eve's daughter did it in just a few minutes. And we have a video of that. There's 1. And there's 2. And that's great. Now, we're going to do that with repetition so that we can be consistent. And then she's going to show Thoroughbred Lotus that it's no big deal. Okay, so now we're going to back her up and see if she'll go the long way, which she has done in the past, but it's been a long time. And you see I have some white pieces of vinyl fencing just to give her a better visual of the fact that there is a narrow board ahead. In other words, the white vinyl fence pieces are giving her a very short corridor. Let's see what she says about stepping on it from the long way. 1, 2, 3. Now, can we get the back feet? 4. She's being so careful.
That's all right.
That's all right. That's very good. All right. A little bit of repetition. Let's see if we can get all 4s on it from the long direction. And then we'll practice so that we can be consistent and show Lotus that, see, a horse can do it. And give him confidence that it's not scary to do it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got 3. One thing, Rosie, in the past we've noticed with my Morgans that if we look ahead rather than at the balance beam, they tend to choose to step on it. Let's see if that works. Instead of looking at the balance beam as you come across, in fact, look ahead of it and see if they choose it. If she chooses to step on it. It's almost like body language says, this is what we want. Okay, no worse than when you looked at it. Let's do it again. You can see she's not stressed at all. And if necessary, now I am going to go and help her with visual blocks to make her understand that she's to stay on the balance beam. She got it. 4 legs on the balance beam. Let's go the other direction, Rosie. As you know, everything needs to be done in both directions when it comes to horse training. That was very good. And then we'll practice some more and we'll show Lotus, Thoroughbred Lotus, that he can do it too. Eve does not have her cavallos on the front for this exercise, so we just need to avoid the rocks. She's getting tougher on her feet. 1, 2, 3. Oh, can't be more perfect. She just did that perfectly. And now I'm going to have Rosie come to the camera and I'm going to try to do the same thing with Eve using ground driving lines.
Okay, so here is Sonia ground driving Eve. Ooh, just about, yeah.
Kind of knew. All she had to do was walk across that board. Let's go the other direction. G, step up, G.
Sonia just has her long cotton drive lines through some rings on her surf single, or cavesson, I guess.
I'm lining her up, then I'm going to look ahead.
She's lining her up, looking ahead.
A little bit off. Try again.
Just gonna try again.
G, step up, G. G.
Sonia's using her voice commands, G and Ha, right and left.
A little harder in this direction. G, step up, G. G. Whoa.
There.
we go. G. G. Whoa. E. Back. Back. Whoa. Good, Eve. She's much lighter today in the ground driving lines than she was in our last session. We're beginning to work Eve now, at least every other day. Whoa. And we'll keep practicing this task. Whoop. Woo. So that she can teach Lotus. That's all for today. Lotus saw stablemate Morgan Demi step on the balance beam from the side, so he decided to do it too. He has put his 2 front feet up on the wood that's beyond the balance beam, and he's getting reward. And the way we did that is his stablemate Demi, who's a Morgan horse, went right up and on the balance beam, and we moved her over, leg yield over, so that she gave room for Lotus, and he stepped right up too. And now I kind of think he's not afraid. Let's see. We just need to get smaller steps, you see, and then he'll step on the balance beam. He's putting his weight down. And the balance beam is pretty solid here where it's located on a mound of sand close to my arena, but not in my arena. Oh, look at that. There you go. Oh, that is so good for today. We're just going to leave it that way. And then we'll do the same thing in a couple days with his friend Eve next to him. And that's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, www.urbancowgirlchannel.com. And then the next thing for Lotus, once we get him solid and consistent on stepping on the balance beam with his 2 front feet, is to have him step on the end, the long end, and walk across. And that'll take a little longer, but he'll do it. His stablemate Demi does it, and he'll see his best friend Eve do it too. Here, Morgan Eve crosses the length of the narrow bridge, and thoroughbred Lotus is further trained to step on it. That's what we're doing with our horses here at Minmore Farms. It's something that's very useful if you're on a trail that has a narrow bridge. We call this actually the balance beam, but that's just because we're looking at it from the point of view of gymnastics. But this is Firecrest Easter Eve. We're asking her to walk all the way across with all fours this 16-foot balance beam. It's actually 2 8-foot pieces. We have another 8-foot balance beam or narrow bridge by the arena, which we practice with all the time. But today, we wanted to bring Eve back here and keep asking her to give us the right answer. And the right answer is all the way across. 1, 2. No. No? Okay, so when a horse gives you the wrong answer, you apply pressure. You repeat. You don't give reward, and they eventually can figure out what is the right answer. We're not riding Eve yet. She's just recuperating from an abscess, and we're hoping that after next week we'll get the go-ahead from the farrier, and he'll say, you can ride her now. Okay, she didn't quite understand going in that direction. Everything has to be done from both directions with horses, and I think too with cows. I train my cows as well. They just perceive the world differently from one direction to the other. And I see Jill coming. That's wonderful, because we want Lotus to watch Eve do this very magnificent feat of walking across a 16-foot balance beam and get him started on trusting Jill.
Good girl. Good girl.
Jill's request that he do it. Look at that. Almost. What happens, Rosie, are you looking past the bridge when you get here? If you look at the end of the bridge, I think she's more likely to think she's done before she's done.
Okay.
Try to look beyond. And maybe, you know what, she's been stepping off on this side, let me stand on this side. Be a visual block. Try to look past. It's she that has to know where her feet are. Oh, is that perfect? And that was perfect. Now we train Lotus to step on the narrow bridge from the side while Eve shows him the task. Now let's see if Eve will step on it. It's kind of a hard request to make it clear that we don't want them to step over. Eve knows it's there. Will she step on it?
Good boy, Lotus.
Yeah, she's stepping over too.
Not quite.
There.
Good girl.
Good girl, Eve.
Hey, look at this. Look at this.
Oh,
Almost.
good girl, Eve.
Oh my goodness. You see, he doesn't know yet.
Good
Pick
girl.
up his feet.
Good girl.
Yes.
Good girl.
Yes, he's surviving. So he's saying,
we go.
okay, this is a little tricky. I don't like it when that thing jumps up at me.
You can keep it separate, Sonia.
For now, until we ask him to go across. Okay. Okay, and what is my function? Well, oh, there you go. Eve is there.
She put her second one up all by
now,
herself.
can I just show Lotus? Give him a verbal, a sound. Let him know that it's there.
He gets too close to it, and then he gets his foot caught on it.
Let me hold, and then you pick up like we've done in the past. You don't want to do it that way?
Not yet.
Okay, all right, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Come on, Lotus.
I'm just going to go behind his drive line. Good, he went closer. Still stepping over, but that's okay. Let's see if we can back him up and put that foot on. No, still stepping over and backing over. Now, Jill knows Lotus best.
I would say no stick.
No stick, all right?
Good girl.
Okay, here, you want to hold it? I'll
Okay.
that one foot that's close.
Jill feels that if Lotus
Good
understands, he'll do it for her. So he's got his right front close.
Almost.
Good, Lotus.
Good boy.
Good boy.
That's not where you
You have carrots? Good. Jill likes to use carrots, which is a good idea. All right. Good, Lotus. Oh, there. His weight is on there. Will he bring the other one up without getting it caught on the lip?
Good boy, Lotus.
And Eve is so patient. She said, what is all the big deal about? See, Lotus, you do it this way. It's not scary.
Thinking about putting his weight down.
Okay, we've got at least the 2 feet up there. Let's see if we can get him to, nope, stepping back. Almost. We're almost where we want to be for today's sub-objective. That right front had full weight, flat-footed on the balance beam or the narrow bridge. Now we've got the left front, not quite. Oh, and he almost got caught. All right. We just have to make him realize where his feet are supposed to be. And he will do it. It's just a little harder for him. He has very little experience in these ranch horse versatility tasks. Most race horses just know to step and run forward. They have no idea about small steps.
Thinking about it.
Will he lift it enough and not get caught on?
He's closely close.
Very close. Can I touch? No, I can't. He's very, very sensitive. Know the horsenality. He has a very different horsenality than Eve does. Will he accidentally pick it up? Yeah, I tried to touch it. Yeah, I tried to say no, not quite as far as you were going with it, Lotus. And you know, if there were a DVD available about how to teach a horse to cross a narrow bridge, oh, I sure would watch it. But I think mine is the first. Come on, Lotus. Okay, Jill's going to tell him again, pick that foot up, put that weight down, Yes, yes. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, we've got a toe. We've got a toe, and if that's all we can get today, that's good. You want to try again? It's your call.
I like that he's lifting that other leg on his own.
He's lifting the other one on his own. He's beginning to understand that, okay, when my right leg is on this piece of wood or whatever it is, when that's there, let me, rhythmic pressure. Nope, nope, he thought that meant back up. Good, good, Lotus.
Boy.
Good, Lotus. A little bit too far. Now is he gonna know? Okay, that the right answer is flat-footed on this narrow bridge and put my weight down. When will he understand that? That's the right answer. Now, if Jill can get him to lift that left front, he's definitely going to put his right front down, but he may do it in front of the bridge.
Come on. There you go. Come on. Nope, didn't like that.
No, he didn't like that, and my foot was on the lead rope, so it applied pressure when I didn't mean for it to do that. That was a mistake.
Okay, I'll try from.
Let's see if we can get, if we don't get it today, we will most definitely, she's going to try it from going backwards. That's another technique. We will most definitely repeat, repeat, repeat.
Good boy.
Good boy, Lotus.
You stand on it? Good boy.
Well, he doesn't quite trust. Are you getting all this, Ryan? Because it's very, very interesting to watch him build the trust, to understand the request.
All right, come on. I haven't given him a treat in a while, so I feel like I...
Do you have enough treats? I should go get one.
My last one.
Okay, I've got some more right here. And as a matter of fact, maybe if I move away, he won't be as concerned about me.
Would it help if I stood somewhere different, do you think?
No, you're fine.
Okay, we'll just hang out here. You just relax. You just be a role model.
Notice that Eve has been very, very patient as the example, an exemplary Morgan mare standing on the narrow bridge.
Back. Back.
I think she almost knows that that's her job. She has to show her buddy Lotus what's the right answer.
Can I give her a little treat? She hasn't gotten any today.
Sure.
She's standing
She
here
should
totally
get one,
relaxed.
too.
She even has her
Yeah, she's
leg
all
cocked.
relaxed. Look at her back.
Girl. What
Right
a
leg
clever
all
girl.
cocked.
Yes, you're very good.
She's been up here on this bridge probably for at least 5 minutes. That's okay. You have to choose the right moment to say, that's a good enough right answer. Or to say, I better go back to something we know Lotus can do, like maybe just 1 foot. And then sometimes it's really amazing. The next time you try it, it's leaps and bounds better. But if you kept trying that day during that session, it's like crawling along trying to get to the final objective. And you know what? It's true in teaching human beings as well, because I'm a teacher. And there, you have to have a sense for, okay, that's enough. That's understanding, that's trying. We'll get there. We have to have confidence that we'll get there.
Easy.
Good investigation. Good boy. It was a little bit too enthusiastic. He was concerned. Here you go. Carrots. He still thinks the right answer is to step over. But you know, when we first introduced this to him a while back, maybe a week ago, it was hard to even get him to approach it. So this is progress. Although it doesn't look like it's very much progress, it really is. Let me hold for you. And we were doing quite well, I think. Oh, good. Oh, almost. He hasn't figured that out yet. What makes that thing bounce out at him? You see, that's what his concern is. He thinks it's being aggressive. He doesn't realize he's making it happen, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know.
What's interesting is he was walking back up to it, so he's not
Right,
too
right.
afraid of it.
He says, well, I can survive. Oh, this time he picked it up well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was almost like I better get out of here quick. He did it very quickly. Good. No. Okay, but he's learning, you know. He's learning how high.
Step over it.
Yeah.
Back over.
Without it jumping up at him. And Eve says, come on, Lotus, just pick that leg up and put it down. There you go. There you go. I don't know if the camera got that, but Eve just picked up her left front and put it back down again. It was almost like she was saying, here, watch.
Good boy.
Yeah, maybe what we'll do, and Jill, it's your call. If he puts his weight on it, we'll just say good boy and call it quits. We've achieved some hurdles today. We don't want him to come forward if you can make him step back with that carrot. Get that weight down without stepping off. He needs to understand that. No, he stepped off. It's okay. I've got time. You've got time. There's no rush. We try never to be in a rush when we're training our horses. And Eve is so darling. There you go, Lotus.
Good boy.
Yeah, let me. Oh, there you go. There you go. Should we call that the right answer?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you've seen our next session of training the horses here at Minmore Farms, at least Lotus and Eve, to cross the narrow bridge. And that's all for today. www.urbancowgirlchannel.com. Now I call this narrow bridge in some instances a balance beam because it's similar to something you'd use in gymnastics. So if you want to search for balance beam or narrow bridge in the title, you'll find some of the past programs where we've been teaching our horses here to do this for years. Here's a postscript. Right near our narrow bridge is a bridge that's probably 4 times as wide. There is absolutely no problem asking Lotus to step on it. You see he's on it now. Jill's going to ask him to step off. She'll come around again and ask him to step on. He just hasn't connected the task of stepping on this about 4-foot by 6-foot bridge to stepping on, there you go, the narrow bridge. Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Demi, and Lotus. Rusty and Susie. www.thesokolos.com